Alright, it looks like we're live, so... Welcome back, anyone who is returning. This is ARFLN playing 7 Cities of Gold on Journeyman difficulty, and... last time... well, I'll try to put into a narrative form, pretend things happened in universe even though they pretty much didn't. First, to switch to discs. 7 cities... option to load. So, our captain has been plagued with strange nightmares. While planning to set out to explore the southern continent more fully, he had a dream that first the ship nearly ran out of food, then the expedition nearly went to war with some aggressive natives, and then on the way back he failed to listen to the ship's navigator and the entire expedition was lost. And then things got really weird. He dreamed that he was a fighter of some sort in a world flipped upside down and had to go fight a giant pig to retrieve a strange triangular golden treasure? He doesn't know what to make of it. Except that he's going to make sure to listen to whatever the ship's navigator says. Doing otherwise seems needlessly foolish. Yeah, let's get another ship. Or two. We do have a good amount of gold. And plenty of goods. Trade goods basically determine how long you can stay in the field. Not sure why I'm at a multiple of... yeah, 9s and 4s instead of a multiple of 5. But in any case, let's head off to the southern continent and sail around it clockwise as I originally intended to, but ended up not. As usual, I have a map from last time screenshotted and up to the side for reference. Sailing southwest from port will get us to somewhere along the eastern shore of the southern continent, which is reasonably well explored already from previous expeditions. We've mapped out most of the northern and eastern coasts, and a decent amount inland where there was a fairly complicated river structure. We'll start from there, go along the coastline, do some exploring to find more villages to stock up on while sailing around the continent. Because that has been an issue, finding villages, especially if you go out of known areas. It can be very hard to find them. Sometimes they will appear as mountains where there shouldn't be mountains, and other times there's just no sign of anything there. Okay, so we've reached the continent, we're near the river. I think there were towns along the shoreline here. Here's one. And this will be a good starting point. What I'll do is take a fairly large expedition along, some food, and a lot of goods. And basically take them looking around for more villages so that I can stop while going along the coastline. Okay, this is, of course, a village I've been to before. So they're being not terribly aggressive, but still kind of in the way. Trying to amaze the natives will have no effect. Or at least too brief to be of use. Yeah. Not trying to do that, but it does happen sometimes. That should be close enough to trade. Okay, he wants gifts. I suppose that makes sense after accidentally killing someone. Accident or not, that's not very nice. Okay, so I quickly stop back the ship, drop off the gold, grab a few more goods, and then go exploring. Nice multiple of 10. Okay, so this area is pretty well explored already. Actually, I may go further down the shoreline before doing exploration, come to think of it. Okay, it looks like we're back. The stream seems to have cut off, and I'm not sure why, but it's streaming again. So I'm not quite sure what didn't get into the stream. Basically, traded with the village to get some supplies, but then realized I've already explored most of the area to the south and was going to go sailing off to get a village further along the coastline and realized that I'm carrying too much to fit it all on the ships. Let's come here and try to do some more trading instead. Kind of duck between them. Okay. Gold weighs less than food does. And yeah, there's some areas around here that are not filled in, so let's go that way. Moderate pace up the river. Any village I see in this area I probably already stopped at. There's no easy way to make sure other than actually going to them. But yeah, this area I did not previously explore, so let's go here. Like, this village I definitely haven't been to because this section of the map isn't even filled in. Okay, so amaze the natives to get them to back off. Try and circle around them to get to the chief without unnecessary casualties on either side. Let me through. They're mostly getting out of the way, but also kind of crowding around. Okay. He's asked me to make a mission. I still don't know how that works. Let's try leaving a larger number of people here. Ah, you need 20 here to make it a mission. And let's leave some goods because I can't carry enough without the people with me. Okay, so I seem to have created a mission and actually made an actual mission this time. It looks different on the map. That's a good sign. We'll explore a little further inland and then go all back to the ship. Yeah, there's a pretty sizable chunk here I haven't explored. Here's, I think this was Incan. No, Aztec. Incans are the tall-looking ones. Alright, the problem with coming in from the south is I don't know whether to go east or west. Okay. Let's take some gold, but mostly food. Check the map again. Alright. Looks from my saved map that this, if I keep going left, I'll eventually hit an explored area so then I can come back to the right. Is there any gold nearby? Seems not. Yeah, if I keep going to the left, I'll hit near where that river is. Might as well fill in the region. I like not having gaps in my map. Okay, so that's filled in already. Come up to this other town. I am running low on goods, so I think I'll just drop in long enough to say hi. Yeah, amazing the natives doesn't work after your first time you visit a town, even if you didn't do anything there, and even if you didn't try to amaze them before. So I'm trying to do the amaze thing in case that lowers their aggression on a lasting basis. I honestly don't know. But it seems like it's worth a shot. Okay, I can see the part of the northern shore up that way, so a little further north and then to the southeast, I think. Yep, there's another city. I think I need to go a little further east to get that next block of map. Then I'll double back. Okay, that's filled in. I just have an empty Tetris block looking shape. Yeah, these guys are not happy. Okay, this is nearly filled in now. That's good. No reports of gold in the area. Okay, and the east should get me back to the river, as well as filling in this last gap in the map. Yep, that's looking nice and filled in. But where was the river? I'm either north of it or south of it, and I can't tell which from the map. I'm guessing north because I haven't seen it yet. No reports of gold. This is a town I've already been to, so let's see if they're interested in trading. As I mentioned, I don't have many goods left, but I could stand to get a little more food. Yep, that's all my goods. There's the shoreline. Where did I park the boat? Was it near the river? Or was it further north? I don't actually remember, and that could be a bit of a problem. Maybe it was near here? No, I think I would have remembered this particular landmass. Yeah, the peninsula. Yeah, the ship is further south. Again, it would be nice if the map would tell you this, but it's a bit much to expect from the technology of the time. Okay, no messages from the guides. Yeah, I remember going past the river on ship. Ah, there we are. So hopefully I can load up everything now. I left a number of men behind and used up a significant amount of food. Yeah, the map is filled in a pretty decent way down this way, and there should be some more villages near the coast. And if not, then at least near the river. But I'm not seeing any so far. If necessary, I could always double back. I'm getting near the edge of what I've explored, and I'm not seeing anything yet. When you're on land, you are pretty heavily dependent on the help from the locals. Because without them, you can only carry 10 weeks of food, and if you're carrying 10 weeks of food, you can't carry anything else. Yeah, I'm not seeing anyone so far. We'll try the river. Rivers, aside from being guidance, will let you move more quickly, which means you can go further without running out of food. Okay. Hope it's this way. It's looking like not. Yep. That's the east edge of the village. Okay, so I know now I need to leave 20 men here. Right, this one will also be easier to find in the future because it's right along the river where the land sticks out to the east. Let's try and fill in this area. And this will be a village I've not visited before. Just turn glowy and charge straight through. That worked out well. Okay, this is pretty nicely filled in up here, so I'm going to go further down now. All right, how far is this from the shoreline? And are there any identifying features? That was pretty far inland, but this one is not as much. Let's stop here long enough to register it. Come down this way. Yeah, this is right by the shoreline. So I guess I just never entered it before. Okay, so I go back to the ship, sail it back down here, and use that as the starting point for further exploration. I've been here? Apparently not. Right, so this is looking like the preferable tactic for exploration at this stage is to find a village to start from, explore out from there to find other villages to resupply. Like this one I didn't see at all. And then repeat as needed. Okay, we're at 60% capacity on the ship, so I could do plenty of trading for food. Right, the village I saw earlier was a little way down this way. There it is. Yes, I know we're out of food. That's part of the plan. Yeah, I know I'll get to the village before it'll be a problem, so not carrying food means I can carry more trade goods. And actually, let's get all the gold while we're here. Leave all those behind the ship. Maybe not take that much. Say about 2,000 trade goods. Yeah, they tend to kind of crowd around you, but not get too close most of the time, but they're also kind of in the way. Almost feels like they're playing chicken sometimes. That's a lot of gifts. Wait, I'm supposed to have native bearers. How is it I'm only carrying 9 food? Is that a village? No, that's just trees. Let it get down to about 6, maybe 5, and then turn back. I've yet to see another village, though. Okay, here's one. It's a bit out of the way from the coastline, though. Which is not ideal, but finding someone to trade with is better than not finding someone to trade with. even if they do demand gifts multiple times. Oh, it's probably because I have so many goods. Yeah, I shouldn't have brought quite that much. Okay, here's another village. It looks like it's a little closer to shore. Take the mouse cursor off the window. Okay, fine. I'll leave some men behind, take some more food with me, leave some goods behind, which I should be able to pick up later. Okay, so this is from the shoreline. Okay, there's a little inlet. And then it's right up there. That's not too inconvenient. Do a little more exploring inland before getting back to the ship. Oh, forgot to amaze them. That's fine. Of course, I always go the wrong way. Or maybe it's confirmation bias. Either way, it happens often enough to be frustrating. Alright, let's double back to the southeast, try to fill in those 3 chunks of map. There's one. Okay, no news of gold mines. There's a town. Have I been here before? I can't remember. As I've mentioned, it would be nice if there was some kind of indication visually. We are dealing with limited graphics, but even so. Maybe something like a box around it? Now let's see if I can remember where my ship was. There we are. Actually, I should be fine going in moderate to a town I've already visited. Might even help with navigating around them. Come on. Yeah, I think once they get out of visible range, they basically despawn. Okay, I'll just make every shirt. Yeah, yeah, easily fits on the ship. And a ton of food now. Leaving men behind will do that. See if I can remember where that mission was. So recall there was basically an inlet along the southern shore. Should be getting close. Like here, probably. Now, it does raise the question, do missions give you help carrying things, or are they just like supply depots? Apparently, they do help you carry things. Okay. Yeah, let's head west and look for more settlements, especially near the coast. Which is sticking in here. There's one. Right in that little indent. Yep, and as soon as I'm back on the ship, it's completely invisible. I think that's the southeast one. Yes. There's the chief now. Yeah, mostly I want food, so I can go explore some more. Okay. Any gold mines nearby? Seems not. Alright. We're in pretty good shape for the moment. There's a town. Yeah, I need to try to remember to go in from the side because I think that makes you come in from the side on the inner map, which makes it much easier to find the middle. Okay. Yeah, I'll stick with the shoreline for now. So our primary goal for this session is to map out the border of the continent. And to do that, I'll need to find places where I can stop for supplies. Wrong way. Oh, I'm not close enough. So there's one village kind of in the middle of nowhere. I guess it's not that far from the coastline. It would really help if they showed up on the map, though. There's some mountains that appear to be just mountains. Okay, so after the mountains, come up and go northeast. Got it. Oh no, that's even better. Okay. So I'll resume my expedition with that village. Put a mental bookmark for where it is. Go a little further inland. Just to fill in a bit more map. And in case there's like a Great Plains discovery in the area. I think the brown was northwest and southeast. Yes. All right. Just head back to the ship. Was I here already? Yes. I'm pretty sure I've been to that one too. Okay, so as I recall, I got the ship down here. Yep. Okay, looks like there's a river further to the west. So there's the one village there. Go a little further, there are some trees, and then here, I think. Yep. Okay, we'll explore the area a bit. There's the river. Discovery fanfare. And relatively speaking, you move very quickly upriver. There's a village over there. There's a village here. I'll just follow this to its source, which is a lake, apparently. I'll do a quick circle around the lake before going back to the ship. There's the broad plains. Need to Go a little further. Okay, there, that box filled in. Moderate, not reckless. I have nothing to trade at the moment, so there's no point in trying. Okay, this is filling in pretty nicely. Let's just go head south from this village. And that should fill in another chunk of map. Yep, looks pretty nice. Rather aggressive farming tribe from the sound of it. Left without incident. Okay, so drop some things off at the boat, grab some more goods, trade for some more food, and go explore further along the coast. These should already be fairly friendly. That's the southwest corner. Getting close enough to the chief, preferably without bumping into anyone. There. A little bit of gold, mostly food. Okay, I'm not seeing any villages so far, but there's enough food to go a decent distance, so no rush. There's a little peninsula. There's a town nestled in the mountains. Okay. So if necessary, I can use that to resupply, but it's a bit far from the coastline for my liking. Ah, there we go. This will be perfect. I can kind of rush through them, get closer to the middle before activating my shiny powers. And of course, someone bumps into me while I'm in the menu. Yeah, that is important to note. The menu does not pause. Okay, looks like we're approaching the western shore. Hopefully I can find another village pretty soon for the next stop off for my ship. There, that's perfect. Remember the terrain nearby, and that shouldn't be too hard to locate. was trying to maneuver between them, but that did not work. Alright, a little further to the east, and then back towards the shoreline. Ah, an area of vast mountains. I can't argue with that. But is there any gold in them there hills? No sign of it. Have enough food to push on? Okay, so that's everything within a reasonable distance of the South Shore explored. I've been here before. Yes. I was trying to avoid them both, and instead I hit them both. And that guy just walked into me. But it seems all is forgiven. Perhaps that was a hot-headed troublemaker and they're better off without him. Okay, ship's up to 90% capacity, and a lot of that is now food. Okay, that I think was one of those hidden villages, and I'd rather visit it when I have more men and more capacity to carry more gold. Because you get one shot at those and then they disappear. Alright, no, it was further up the coast. There's a little funny looking inlet. Yeah, I think this was it. Just don't remember exactly where the village is, but it's nearby. Or unless that is the village. Yeah, I should have known. Out of place mountain. If there's a mountain where there shouldn't be a mountain, that means there's a village. Okay. And a good amount of food to keep exploring up the coast. Perfect. Okay, no messages. Here's the village. Go up to moderate. There's another one. Here's a river. And there's an Incan town nearby. Or are they Aztec? I keep forgetting which is which. I think these were the Aztecs. Yeah. Not that it seems to make any meaningful gameplay difference, but Okay, guys, back off a little. And they did start off more aggressive, so maybe that makes them a little less prone to getting out of your way even after they're pacified. Okay, so that would be a great place to continue exploring from. So for now, I'll head up the river. Yeah, it looks like the river is just north of a map boundary. We'll follow this to its source, which is right here. So, not much of a river. Go a little further east to fill in the map. I'll stop here along the way. I didn't see that message, but I think it said I don't have any goods to offer. Makes sense. You can't offer gifts when you don't have anything to gift. Okay. Go south and then kind of zigzag back. Did I stop here already? That would be a no. As I've mentioned, it can be very difficult to tell, because there is no indication on the map itself or on the local area view. Okay, this is all nice and filled in. So to get back to the ship and continue up the coastline. I might be able to go in diagonally, but it's easier to just line up like that. And plenty of food, though manpower is starting to get a bit low. Though part of that was repeatedly leaving people behind to make missions. Okay, I think left me a bit of a passage there. And here's the chief, without incident. There, let's do that. And look a little further up the coastline, try and find another trading partner. There's one. Yes, it does help to find the villages and towns and ahead of time so you're not stumbling around trying to find something when you're running out of food. Although with as much food as I have on the boat, I don't think running out is going to be an issue anytime soon. But it never helps to make sure the towns are marked on your... Yeah, there's a map and then there's the map. Like what I'm looking at right now is a map in a sense, but the big map where you see the larger surrounding does not have enough detail to show towns, even if you know exactly where they are. Which, as I've mentioned, is rather frustrating. Okay, that's where that other river ended that I explored from the east coast. And the coastline here is going rather further west than I remembered. Gold Mine South. Um, oh, there it is. And since that's right along the coastline, I can loot it pretty easily from the ship. But I would like to find another village in this area before turning back. Oh, here we go. So that's perfect. I'll head back to the ship, load up on gold from the mine, stop by the village to resupply, and continue on my way. Those mountains are probably just mountains. Yeah, I didn't get too suspicious of the mountain initially because there are mountains in this area. You can see from the map there are legitimate actual mountain range there. But the one that was just kind of by itself kind of wondered, and it turned out that yes, that was a village. Alright. How much further was the ship? I've got a pretty long way along the coastline here, on foot. Possibly in horses, conceptually. I think the concept art does show them on horseback. Okay, here we are. Just head to that gold mine. And we're getting a pretty good amount of coastline mapped out here. I think we're getting pretty close to it. Maybe it was further up. I did see the town back there, so this isn't unexplored area. Ah, here it is. Okay, so full... Looks like I can carry 10 gold per man without help. So 10 gold is equal to 1 week of food. Ooh. I guess I should have brought some food after all. So I just lost 10 men to nothing. Okay, I'll know to be more careful about that in the future. Where was that town? I think I've gone past it already. So I'm pretty sure it was right past the gold mine. Yeah, there it is. Just far enough away I couldn't quite see it from the shore. There's the house looking thing. I guess that was the southwest one, though. Hi guys, I know I'm finding looking. I know I'm finding looking, but that doesn't mean you need to crowd around quite so much. Alright, take this a little further up the coastline. Oh, there's a village. I do seem to be hemorrhaging men, though, which is not ideal. Oh, looks like there's a little island off the coast. No notice of gold mines in the area. Here's another town. Okay, let's just head back to the ship. Yeah, the mountain's just a mountain. I think I'm ready to head back to Europe. It's been an hour. Actually, I think more than an hour because of the stream interruption. So the timer I'm seeing is since the current started. Okay, this was the village I started at. Which means the ship is right down here. And yeah, I'm running low on men. But over 200 weeks worth of food for the survivors. Yeah, looks like there's another little landmass over here. Which I'll save for later. Unless it's not actually separate. But no, that is a separate landmass. I think I vaguely remember that from 2 weeks ago. Now, I really should look a little further up the coastline. Just to... Yes, so that any villages there are marked out. Oh, there's the center of town. And there's a bunch of guys in my way. I was backing off. It would help if the man didn't panic either. I'm not exactly sure what that does still, but it can't be good. Huh. Right. Yeah, let's fill in that little block of map. But yeah, I'm running low on men. I'm getting kind of tired. I'm ready to head back to Europe. All right. Ship, I think, was down here. Or not. Would also help if I were a little better at remembering where I parked. No, it's not like food is really an issue right now. Okay. Yeah, 300 weeks of food now on the ship. That's going to be plenty. Unless something especially disastrous happens. I do know there's a random event that can take out half your food, so that would be kind of bad, but I would still have over 100 weeks left, even if that happened. So, not that big a concern at the moment. Would be quite a waste, though. Yeah, that is not far enough to fill in that chunk of map. Yep, that mountain is a mountain. Alright, let's continue. What latitude is this anyway? 0 degrees. Okay, there I can see the northern part of where I explored from the river earlier, which I can also see on my saved map screenshot. So we're getting kind of close to where I saw the end. Yeah, the furthest I saw of the coastline earlier. Yeah, I don't want to risk sailing the ship in there with the narrow. Whatever. What's that called? It's not an isthmus. Strait, I think that's the word. Right, a narrow section of ocean is called a strait. Narrow section of land is an isthmus. It's surrounded on 3 sides, but not the fourth. That's either a peninsula or an inlet, or a bay, or a gulf sometimes if it's big enough. Yeah. Need to remember not to park the ship diagonally to the land because it could be difficult to get back on it then. Okay, I'm getting kind of close to known regions. Not seeing any villages yet, though. Or anything that looks like it might be one in disguise. Fortunately, I do not need to stop for food. So it's okay if I don't find any villages at all before heading back. Okay, yeah, looks like I'm back to explore the section of coastline. Bring a bit of goods in case I run into a village by accident. But I'd pretty much have to trip over one to find it at this point. Hey, at least the map is filled in pretty nicely. In this immediate vicinity, anyway. That's just another tree. Thought I saw something over there. Alright. Load the ship back up and continue. Alright, and I want to go to 30 north. And then due east. So I'll wait a little bit for the ship to get closer to being in position. And there's a storm. Looks like it's mostly going to miss us. And it should be gone in a moment. Yep, ocean's looking normal again. We're at 10 north. I'm not sure if you're actually continuing to travel in real space when the storm is up. Okay, 20 north? A little bit further. Still 20. I think I've mentioned this before, but I would rather like if that showed on the screen at all times. But that's not the way the game works. Alright, it's into August 1515. There's another storm. I think it may be faster to sail through it. Okay, we're still at 30 north. That's good. I didn't expect that to change, but sometimes you can't take anything for granted. Okay. Let's see if the Crown has anything to say about this expedition. I did create a few missions this time that seem to have actually stayed missions. It looks like the trip is to leave enough men behind, but nope, still poor and poor. Okay, stop in at the pub to save. Remember to press option. There we go. And check in at home to see what we see here. Land is up to 87% from 63. River's at 79 from 73. I'm not sure if I'm still missing any rivers really, or if that's just from the first doomed expedition not being tracked. Natives to 53 from 35. Mines at 30 from 25. I found one, so seems there's 20 mines. Special is at 70% up from 50%. 3 missions. Wealth 1829. That showed a 0 before. I'm not sure what causes that to change. Oh, in any case, this has been Arafellan playing 7 Cities of Gold for the Atari 8-bit systems, and this time our expedition counts. I'll probably be continuing. Yeah, I'll probably be continuing next week, so yeah, check in then if you're interested in seeing more. If you're curious how we got to this point, this is part of a playlist. There's more in the archives, which you can see in playlists or just searching through my channel. And I'm currently also playing through a Japanese indie game called Magical Bringer Corona the Movie, which is a cross between a visual novel and something that's sort of like a rhythm game in the combat system, as it has a combat system, which is weird for a visual novel. It's just part of why it stood out to me. Anyway, I'll be continuing next week, most likely, so check in again then if you're interested. Until then.